Hello everyone, and welcome to Sunburned Albino Plays Dark Souls 2. I'm going to press the travel button right now, and we're not actually going anywhere. But that is mostly just for, you know, sync purposes that I have to do, because I don't really have an answer for that question. But oh well. We're going to make our way to Heide's Tower of Flame now. I did want to get that done in the first episode. I don't know, really. I guess I just played it a little slower, because the last time I did it, it was 53 minutes. This time was 57, and that's minus the Dragon Rider fight. So I guess I just did it a little slower than usual, but that's quite alright. Most of these episodes will probably be an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, probably. I mean, in the beginning, there's a lot more places to go right off the bat, so you can make them a little longer. But, mostly what I'm going to cover in this particular video is probably, well, certainly Dragon Rider and Ornstein. And then I still am not completely sure whether I'm going to go to Huntsman's Copse or the Lost Bastille first, because I do like both in terms of that kind of stuff. So I'm two-handing the halberd, and it's the start of my halberdier build, which is super nice, that now I'm actually reflecting my video's namesake. And I really like the two-handed halberd stuff. Obviously, with halberds, you gotta be wary of how far away you are from a guy. And make sure that you are hitting him with the tip of your halberd, as that does, like, double the damage. Probably even a little bit more than striking him with, like, you know, the rod part. Alright, this guy's super annoying. But he'll be taken care of pretty soon here. And there it is. Alright, didn't even take damage. That might be a first for me. I am going to want to get the Bracing Knuckle Ring, because while halberds are very nice, when you attack with them, they usually hit the ground as well as the enemy, which takes off like double the degradation stuff. So that's something you got to be wary about. Let's not fall off. Okay, I really did not think that I was within range of that. But oh well. Usually when I fight the Dragon Rider, I do the thing where you don't pull any of these levers to make the arena bigger. Instead, you go in there and you do the thing where you make him fall off instantly. And I usually do that, but I am sad to say that that only works for me about half the time. And it didn't work in the playthrough that I wasn't able to record. So I think I'm going to learn from that mistake. And just come around. I will kill these guys, just not right now. Because I'm just going to go right into the Dragon Rider fight. And then on the way back, I'll summon the NPC, and he'll help me clear out all these guys on the way to Ornstein. And I think that's a good way to handle the situation. You can kind of, yeah, you can see right in the corner there that that's where his sign is. And we'll just run in here, and we'll be just fine on this fight. The arena's a little bit bigger. Doing about 128. Wonder if I can make that more. Oh yeah, I forgot about that strong attack. I pressed the B button, but it didn't roll. So that's an interesting development. Let's just Estus really quick then. Okay, 204, there we go. That's the kind of damage you want to be doing when I hit him right in the sweet spot. And not get too close. And that's why I like halberds, because they require just a bit more tactical play. And you can't just get right up in people's faces and hit them with the blunt end of your weapon. should probably keep my stamina up. And, yeah, I'll wait for the sort of attack window. There we go. Oh, and we got a stagger. That's good for an extra damage. Yeah, if I'm too close, it only does 97 damage, as opposed to the 208 that I'm doing if I hit him correctly. It's a big, big difference. And it's extremely noticeable. Alright. Let's just finish him. Not quite. That's bad. Okay, goodbye. The fight could have been done better, obviously, but it was... You know, it doesn't really matter, because there's a bonfire right up here. I only had to use one Estus. It's acceptable, let's say that. No rest of this bonfire. There's no... If you're not playing Faith, there's no real reason to talk to this person. But I'm going to anyway.
I can, but...
Okay, I almost accidentally bought that. Yeah, there's nothing to buy from her. But you exhaust her dialogue. And then she'll go to...
Sorry.
The intersection where that sort of white contraption was. And that's when you pay her $2 grand to go to Huntsman's Copse. Also, on one playthrough I did with her, I never talked to her ever. And then I went back to where she just was, and her items were just kind of strewn across the ground. Like, there was an item slot where her body used to be. And, yeah, and it had all the stuff that you get from her once you kill her with the Crushed Eye Orb. Which is what you're supposed to do once you acquire that, is you invade the world of a traitor, and you use that in that area, and then she will fight you. And she's really difficult to beat. Unless you have, like, a large club two-hand that can pancake her and stop her from doing any attacks. But, yeah, here we summon Masterless Glencore. And... I don't know the story behind this guy. I mean, I haven't played Dark Souls 1. I have, actually. I beat Dark Souls 2, and then I bought Dark Souls 1 for 20 bucks on Xbox Live to be like, oh, well, you know, maybe if I have some sort of background to the first game, it'll make me appreciate the second game more. And it does, because I like the second game so much better. And I think it's in the same sort of instance as, like, Kingdom Hearts, where, like, once you play the second one, it kind of ruins the first one for you. I wouldn't say ruin, just like from a gameplay standpoint. Because with all the advantages and like extra stuff that Kingdom Hearts 2 added, I can't believe I got hit by that, added in lieu of Kingdom Hearts 1, it makes Kingdom Hearts 1 look like child's play by comparison. And while that doesn't make it less of an amazing game, I would just play it, and I would just be like, okay, where can I use my drive forms? And where's all my super good combat abilities? But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Dark Souls. I mean, obviously, I'm the loathsome type of person by people that are Dark Souls purists who are like, you know, they played the first game, they loved it, they played the second game, they probably liked the first game better, and I don't know why. But I don't know. I mean, I just think this game's a lot better made. It's a lot more just, which is probably why people don't like it as much, but it's not frustrating ever to me, so I don't know. And I mean, maybe not being frustrating makes it lose its charm as being a Dark Souls game, but I don't know, I just prefer it over the first one. So we're going to come through here, Masterless Glencore proving himself pretty useful. Him using Estus heals about like a 20th of his health, and I don't really know why it does so little. I really thought I was out of range. Oh well, we're going to be just fine. And yeah, now this lever comes up and we can go to the Ornstein fight by lowering this drawbridge. And usually when I'm playing online, after I beat Ornstein, I put my summon sign down and beat him about 5 more times just to farm more souls by helping people out. And it's really fun. I think Ornstein is one of my favorite bosses to put my summon sign down for and help other people. And it's one of my favorite boss fights just in general because, I don't know, it's just really, it's so... There's not really a lot of pressure. His attacks can do pretty good damage to you, but they're all relatively easy to predict. So, yeah. I was checking to see if I had any resin, and I do. And then I saw it, and then I still didn't do anything with it. So, yeah, we'll use Aromatic Ooze. Masterless Glencore will help out. This is one of those fights where it's better to be solo, I think. Because, you know, obviously you do way more damage. Double the damage, in fact. But, you know, it's still fun. I still do a ton of damage right there, so... Okay, that should have hit him. Masterless Glencore will just now be joining the fight, because he's a slowpoke. I really have poor depth perception in terms of how long I think these weapons are, apparently. But, yeah, not much to be done about that except get good. And this fight is turning into kind of a disaster. But... yeah, it'll still be fine. Masterless Glencore has a great sword. It's super powerful. Okay, maybe not super powerful, but it's pretty powerful. Do not get hit by that attack, or you will die. That's a good stun lock. Thank you, Poise Ring. I can't... It keeps missing, and I'm not enjoying that fact. You just gotta be mindful of all his attacks. He's just about toast. And this should do it. Goodbye. Alright. That's Ornstein done. And, not a super impressive boss fight, I don't think, but in any case... Yeah, by killing this guy, you get his halberd. And I think I'm gonna do it. Because if I recall, it's a pretty good halberd. I don't know if I can, like, backstab him immediately. No, it doesn't appear to be so. Well, this is gonna be tricky. Because he doesn't take a lot of damage.
My greatest challenge.
Am I?
This is the ultimate challenge.
I wouldn't say it's the ultimate challenge, but I mean, if you feel that way, I'm not inclined to disagree with you. Oh, you're gonna heal yourself, are you? Nope. Not gonna let you. You're trying. That's a really... short halberd. Let me see. Yep, there's Blue Knight's halberd. Let's see what it is here. Yeah, 220, that's good. Let me see here. Fitting weapon, yeah. Alright, so there's no special effects to it. But it does do a lot more damage. And it does scale better with dexterity. So it's better in pretty much every sense of the word. Although it weighs twice as much as the regular halberd. But that's just fine. We'll level up our dexterity, and then we'll wield that shit. And it'll be probably super nice for us. Yep, so now it's time to go back to Majula, and I'm going to take a drink of my root beer. Its short range necessitates close range. Some of these weapon descriptions are a little simpleton-y. Oh, what I didn't do yet is get the Silver Serpent Ring +1. Let me... Yes, me again. I gotta buy... Oh yeah, this is... You can buy, like, Targay's armor and stuff. It's not very good. So what I am probably just gonna buy is life gems. I think that should be enough. Yes, very good. I don't know why you say these, you only give me one thing. Maybe you get more in New Game Plus. But yeah, absolutely Covetous Silver Serpent Ring +1. And... I guess I'll put on Ring of Blades. I don't like to rely on it. You know, it's kind of like in Pokemon when you get items like Soft Sand that increase the power of ground-type moves. I don't like using those kind of things, because then you get used to how much damage you're doing with it upgraded, and then it just feels like you're being cheapened if you don't have it on. I'm gonna keep the Dragon Slayer Soul, because his spear seems like it might be good. I haven't looked exactly at his kind of stuff. Like, I haven't memorized all the boss weapons. But from the fight with the, you know, Dragon Slayer, his spear looks like it could be pretty good. So I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save that soul.
There. Less.
Yep. Alright. Do I didn't get another one, did I? No, I didn't think so. But I will level up my dexterity and strength. Up to 25 there, 23 there. And that should be good. And now let's see about this Targay spear. Or not spear, but the Blue Knight's halberd. Okay, it's the same length. I don't know. It just seemed shorter when it was in his hands. You probably saw that too. It's got the same moveset. Alright, that's good. I like it. Oh, I did get the key here. I gotta do this too. Alright, and then we come in here and we pick up a bow. Our first bow, unless you pick the bandit class, in which case it's your second bow, but you don't need to dual wield bows, because I don't think that actually is even possible. But if it was, how cool would that be? I would absolutely make a run based off dual wielding bows, if that was possible. But yeah, I'm gonna go talk to the blacksmith. I gotta see if this is improved with Twinkling Titanite, because if it is, that makes it a lot less valuable to me. And it would make sense why it's that powerful. In the beginning. Please don't be Twinkling Titanite. Oh my god, it is. Makes sense. I mean, it can't be too good. But what that basically means is I'm gonna stick with the Mastodon Halberd as soon as I pick that up. But I will use this for now because obviously it is way more powerful than the regular one. And I just beat them. I went and spent all my souls, so I can't go to Huntsman's Copse. So what I'm gonna do, that I neglected to do last video, that I said I was gonna do last video, is go up to the Pursuer area and fly to the Lost Bastille, and also pick up the Drangleic set that I said I'd show you where it is, although most people know, but you know, you do it anyway. And yeah. I don't use shields anymore. The first, like, 2 or 3 playthroughs, I used shields the entire time. And it's nice. But it becomes, you know, kind of a stamina eater. And it's better to roll, I think. It gets you out of stuff a lot better. And it doesn't eat up as much stamina. So we go this way. Oh, I get a second chance to kill this lizard, huh? Yes, sir. Alright. Good, there we go. Okay, 2 Titanite shards. Fine. I really thought that I'd be able to kill them both. But I guess not. There we go. Oh, he's almost dead. It's almost a one-hit kill. That's really, really good. That's really good damage. Alright. And then we open this door with the soldier key. And roll through the door so it's faster. There we go. And we'll kill you. My halberd's better. Nana boo boo. Stick your head in doo doo. And this is where you're supposed to fight the pursuer. I mean, I shouldn't say supposed to, because I don't think they'd put him there in the other place if it wasn't on purpose. But, yeah. It's not better to fight him here, because there's a lot less room to move around. Although, if you're a parrier, you can stun him and then hit him with a ballista, and that'll almost kill him instantly. I have never done that, but I have seen it done. No items here. Is there anything back here? I don't remember. Nope. Okay, so then you just drop down here, and the set is right here. Drang Lake Sword Shield, Mail Gauntlets, and Leggings. And that is the ultimate sort of noob armor class in terms of... Wow, I almost, like... I don't want to get stuck. In terms of just, like, you can get it so early in the game, and then you can pretty much wear it the rest of the game. So, you know, it's helpful for new players. Because it, you know, it eats up a lot of damage that you would otherwise be taking. So since we're here, we are going to fly to the Lost Bastille. And hopefully... And this is the best way... to unlock that Macduff's Workshop bonfire, because you come at all the enemies from behind, so that guy can't roll the barrel down there. And anytime that guy rolls the barrel down there, it's almost never gonna work. Like, it explodes too soon, or something else happens. But yeah, you're gonna want to take that guy by surprise. Take another drink of my root beer. All right. Yep, and I'm not sure why this happens. That is the hawk that the pursuer drops from. So I don't know, I guess, like, you killed the beast, the bird's master, so now you're its master, or something along those lines. But we'll rest here. You can get this covetous silver serpent ring, regular one, but unfortunately you cannot wield both. So it's kind of pointless at this point, but I am going to go over there because I have to get what I've forgotten what this is. Radiant Large Titanite Shard, that's fine. And this is also the area where the Bracing Knuckle Ring is, and I will absolutely be trying my best to get that. But also the reason to come over here is to get the Antiquated Key, which opens, like, one door. So it's, you know, not the best. But, I mean, you might as well get it anyway. Alright. Yeah, halberds... touch and go, in terms of the distance between enemies you gotta be. You gotta make sure... Oh, we can get a crossbowed here. So what we're gonna want to do is throw a firebomb... and hit nothing. Let's go... actually, I don't think I can go that way again. That worked. So, that's something. I can't. I should have gone the other way, but I didn't. I mean, I can just jump down here and kill the guys. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, only takes one shot for those dogs. Then we'll just climb up here and kill this guy. Very good. And then, yeah, you can knock that off. And that would have killed all the dogs if I had come out on that end of the room. But it doesn't superly matter at this point. Antiquated key, covetous silver serpent ring. If you could wield, like, all the different kinds of serpent rings, that would just be insane. And you'd be getting, like, 80% of the... 80% more souls, probably. Probably even more, if you got the +3 or +2. But, yeah, roll through here, and then you can open this door. And the reason the door... If you're on the other side of this door, it says does not open from this side. It's because those things are blocking it. If you throw a firebomb at this door, you can break this stuff and then enter that door and go that way. But it's kind of pointless to do that because you can't reach the bonfire. So, it doesn't superly matter. And then we exhaust Lucatiel's dialogue.
I come, don't head.
And in that case, you can use her to summon... Or you can summon her for a bunch of different boss fights, and if she survives 3 out of 4 of them, or 4 out of 5 of them, and you summon her for all those, while talking to her at all the points that she spawns, you will get her armor set, and her weapons, and all that stuff. And I don't know if they're good, but at least you get them. So, I mean, that's something else to kind of aspire to if you're so inclined as to finish NPC quests. Which I am going to try real hard to finish the Creighton and Pate quest, because I've never been able to. Actually, I have. I did it once. Let's say that. Crap. Not bad. Okay, but now... Alright. I will take that. Yeah, I wonder if I can backstab this guy. Nope. Okay, make sure he does not blow up this barrel prematurely. Okay, I backstepped, but it didn't work, so... Oh well. I don't think backstep gives you the same invincibility frames as rolling does. So now we just knock you off. And... Perfect, and we can just throw a firebomb at it now. Sometimes it explodes automatically, and that's always nice. There we go. And those guys are dead. And now we will light this bonfire. And it's pointless. Well, it's not entirely pointless, I don't think. Because you can still open all these chests. So we'll light the torch here, because that's going to move him off of his chest. The first time I saw this guy, I killed him because he was sitting on that chest and I wanted what was inside it. But what you really just have to do is light the torch here, and he's drawn to fire, so he will, after you rest the bonfire again, he will spawn over there, as you can see. And then you can just open the chest that he was previously sitting on. And you don't want to kill him, because he's the only... I don't know if he's the only guy, but he's... He might be the only guy that you can use to infuse your weapons with stuff. I don't know if Ornifex also does that. I haven't used her for that purpose. But yeah, this is the main guy that you use to, like, you know, put lightning or poison on your weapons. But don't put poison on your weapons, because that's pointless. In almost all circumstances. I mean, maybe if you're, like, dual-wielding daggers, you can poison the daggers. But in my experience... actually, where do I go from here? Where do I want to go from here? Okay. Yeah, so I've done everything I want to do in this place right now. I'll come back and, you know, fight the boss and that stuff. But I think I am going to go to No Man's Wharf. In my experience... Because poison arrows do 400 poison damage, and it takes, like, usually 4 of them to poison a guy, which means, or maybe 3 or 4, but which means it takes about 1,200 to 1,600 poison damage to poison an enemy. And when you apply poison to your weapon, it's usually only, like, 100. So that would take 12 hits to poison an enemy, which could be mildly useful against boss fights, I guess, if you're using a super fast weapon. But in my experience, the poison doesn't even do that much damage. It's like 15 Or it's like 45 per second, because it's 15 in pretty fast increments. But it's like 45 damage per second for like how many seconds? Like 30 seconds? So I don't find it to be that worth it. Alright. And then we'll come over here, and this is where we can get another halberd. But it's not even as good as the regular halberd. So it's really not worth getting. But there's other stuff over here, too. Ow. And he is down. Yeah, Human Effigy, Dark Troches, and then here, Soul of a Proud Knight, and then here's the Old Knight Halberd. And you can see that the Old Knight Halberd is 170, which is worse than the regular halberd, which is 175. Not to mention, it does scale B with dexterity, but E in strength, so it kind of evens out there. But Old Knight stuff has the worst durability. Some of the worst durability, so it's absolutely not worth picking up. In any sense, no matter what your situation is. Okay. Still, the thing about the whole Xbox 360 D-pad is that you're going to accidentally press other buttons. Actually, it is probably better to one-hand this thing right now. And there we go. It's a little faster than the two-handed attacks, which doesn't really make sense to me, because if you're two-handing a weapon, you should be able to swing it faster. But, you know, that's how life works in this game, and I'm not really going to question it. Nothing over there. There aren't even any, like, secret walls or anything, so don't worry about that. And we'll go over here and kill this guy as well. Did not need to dodge there. Did need to roll there. Strong attack. Very good. The good thing about Targe's spear is that it seems to be really durable. So it might even still be worth keeping over the Mastodon. I don't know if I don't know what the durability of the Mastodon halberd is. But the Mastodon armor is all like rusted, so I would assume that that durability is pretty low. So I would assume that that would carry over to the weapon as well. But yeah, we're about 45-ish minutes into the video right now, maybe. I think I'll have time. This area typically takes about half an hour. It depends on how well you know it and how fast you can go through it. But the thing about my capture card settings right now is that they will stop recording at an hour and a half, regardless of whether or not I am ready for that. So it might be better to err on the safe side. But I do think that I'll be able to make it all the way through No Man's Wharf. I can do it pretty quickly. Alright, Old Knight Helm. And up here we get the Old Knight armor set, which, as I mentioned, is super not durable. But does that really matter with armor? Because you shouldn't be getting hit that much to where your armor breaks. The only thing that should be damaging your armor is, like, you know, corrosive stuff. And if you're smart, that should never happen to you. So we'll just keep going here. We're about to meet Lucatiel for the second time. It's usually the first time, if you go the normal route to the Lost Bastille, I suppose. But all that means is that I will get an extra human effigy when I go talk to her. And then the next time I talk to her, she'll give me a Ring of Steel Protection +1. I don't know if I have to have summoned her for a fight for that to happen, but I usually do summon her for the Flexile Sentry fight. Well, not specifically for the Sentry fight, but just for the enemies leading up to her. Or leading up to it. There's the human effigy. And then we'll just exhaust her dialogue and listen to her sob story. I can only hope that they are... If I didn't skip the dialogue, that's when she would pull her mask off and be like, oh, I'm so surprised that you're a woman. It's not like you sound exactly like one. But in any case... Oh, I didn't rest at the bonfire. I'm stupid and I wasted a life gem. Oh, man. Whoa. Oh, well, it's fine. This is also where you can find the first instance of Gavlon. Gavlon? Gavlon wheel? Gavlon deal. And what you do... He's the only guy you can sell stuff to. So he's absolutely very valuable. And he'll get you probably... That was a great arrow shot. I'm not even mad. I ain't even mad. So you'll probably get about 10 grand from him if you sell all the stuff that you don't use. And I'm pretty prolific in terms of the stuff that I sell to him. Especially if you're a melee character, you can sell all your skeptic spices and... I mean, even if you're not a melee character, I never use those. But they're worth like 1,300 a pop, and you get a bunch of them, so... It's pretty nice. Alright. Halberds are a very good weapon against these dual-wielding sword guys. You can hit them from a distance, not really worry about getting counterattacked. And it only takes 2 shots. Okay, that was a poor example. But please come down here before you heal. Thank you. Because they do have Estus, they can heal themselves. It just doesn't usually make any difference. 1-hit kill, very good. I really gotta make the most out of, Do I have any arrows? I should have fire arrows. And I should have my bow equipped, just constantly. But, yeah, I have iron and fire. So I'll put them both on, and then I'll snipe this guy. Does pretty good damage. Yeah, he's dead. Alright, and then we can deal with these guys a lot easier. And what's nice about the thrust second attack is that it doesn't matter how close or far away you are, it's gonna hit with the tip of the tip of the spear to do maximum damage. Oh, I should probably advertise the backstab animation, but I didn't think about it in time. And now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to light a torch, and then we're going to go beat the shit out of this monster here. Hello there. Because they are weak to fire. The problem is, if you back them up into a corner in a house, they will, like, gather summon courage within them, and then they'll not really care about your torch, and they'll attack you. So you want to kill them before that happens. But they will never summon that courage if they are outdoors. Because, I don't know, the outside is scary. And actually, now that I think about it, their durability is pretty low. I'll probably have to switch between halberds at some point during this excursion. There's that guy dead. And as I mentioned, the durability would not be that bad. If the weapon didn't strike the ground with every hit. Ring of Life Protection is something. I never typically need to use it. I never equip it to use it, so I don't know. Let's just be cool here. Get me in here. I just heard, like, a scream noise. That was strange. Was that the dog? I don't know, man. I really thought that you'd be dead with the second strike, so I almost didn't do the third one. That would have been disastrous. But here we go with the life gem. I do have repair powder, so I'm not too worried about how stuff's gonna go from this point on. But, yeah, now that we're here, we light this torch and we come up here and kill as many of these arm-reaching guys as we possibly can. If I had just a little bit more endurance, I could add a 4th shot to my fully fledged stamina bar, and that would be really helpful. But yeah, at this point I gotta switch to back to my regular halberd. I'll use the Yelled Knight halberd, why not? It looks badass. It would just be nice if it had a durability a little better than paper. But yeah, this guy's gonna get all spirited. Also, it has a different moveset. It can, like, slash. So, you know, I guess it's situationally useful. But before we open that door, because there are 4 more guys in there, we light this torch so we can come here as a safe spot. Because the torch is about to become useless, as you'll see. Because these guys will all get aggroed at the same time. And then, yeah. Here we go. And with the halberd, if I try to strike them through the door, it'll just bounce off the... I did not mean to roll twice, so I don't know why I decided it wanted to do that. Okay, so we gotta be super, super careful about, how we handle this. Because, yeah, they're coming. But their aggro will run out. Or maybe it won't. Here we go. Or, oh god. Something's wrong. Okay. Okay, so their aggro is not diminishing. It's staying even as they're out here. And that's really worrisome. But I do have arrows. And you should use fire arrows at this point. Because they do a lot more damage. But yeah, they will still be avoidanced. They will avoid areas that have torches lit. Not handheld, but regular. Because now it seems like they've learned that they can, like, extinguish the fire if they kill me. So that's, like, what they're going for. But fires lit in the environment will not. They will not go towards them. So there we are. The nightmare is not over. There are still 2 more above here. Or actually just 1. Yeah, because 1 fell down already, so... Alright, out of fire arrows. That's okay, iron will do the job. Now that guy's dead. They don't drop anything nice except radiant life gems. And, like, long swords. I mean, I don't consider that nice, so that's why I didn't mention that, but... Yeah, okay. So this is the chest that was previously switched with the one that's in the Forest of the Fallen Giants that has the trap. So I don't know if this is going to be poison. I think it's going to be poison again, because that's what it was before. Yep, there we go. And I much prefer poison, because it never actually poisons you if you roll in time. And silver talismans are... yeah. But yeah, you can sell all the stuff that you're not going to use to this guy. Like all these weapons that aren't halberds. Is basically how I feel about that. Yep, sell the Dranglake sword, sell the Great Sword, Mailbreaker, Hand Axe, Morningstar, Craftsman's Hammer. Keep these 2. Keep all those. I sell all my spell stuff that I'm not going to need. Also sell crossbows, because I don't like those. Binoculars probably won't be useful, ever. But I'll also sell all my shields, except the Dranglake shield, because, I don't know, maybe I'll need that for, like, 1 fight. I can think of 1 fight where I'll need a shield, and that's the, Executioner Chariot boss. So we'll just sell all this armor that I can't wear because of my outfit. And I'm racking up souls pretty good. Just about done here. You want to keep 1 piece of armor. And yeah, sell the Dranglaic stuff. I didn't keep 1 piece of armor, but, you know, just forget I said that. And, yeah, more stuff to sell. Sell the stuff that, increases our spell uses, because I don't need that. I don't really need defense stuff, but I don't get enough for it to justify wanting to sell it. I sell Lord's Talismans because I don't do PvP. I don't like doing it. And, yeah, that's gonna be everything.
What? With
And you can buy poison-based stuff from him, like poison moss, resist poison. Or poison moss cures poison. That's what I meant to say. And then stuff like poison daggers, poison arrows. And, yeah. And then you'll find him in another spot. And then after you find... in Harvest Valley. And then after you find him in that spot... I can't believe that I got hit by that. Crap. Bad news. Bad news bears. Okay. Just be careful. There we go, that's fine. I really don't want to be using this halberd anymore, but I'm trying to save as much durability on my regular halberd as possible. Because I'm going to need to default back to that. But now we go up here, and we bring the ship in. And here it comes. It's going to light up, and it's going to be all pretty. There we go. And you can use a Pharaoh's Lockstone to light that lantern right there in the center. But I found that that doesn't actually help if you're planning on going into the house where Gavlin is. So you don't want to do that immediately. You want to do that after you have already done all the stuff that needs to be done in that house. Because all of the guys, all the claw guys, like those guys, will automatically run into that house, and then they'll become, you know, fine with fire, and then they'll start attacking you. So that's how that's going to work out. And you don't want it to work out that way. But now we go in this door, and this is where we get our Estus Flask Shard, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I poisoned that guy. And then the other one's gonna come out. Hello. Gotta roll away from that kick move. The Old Knight Halberd just isn't quite good enough. It doesn't do the damage it needs to do. I don't know if it even gets a boost. Yeah, it does, but from the length, making sure that you're far enough away. But it's really just, it's a poor halberd. But here's our Estus Flask Shard. Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if I can, like, hit it with the halberd and be far enough away that it won't poison me. But you will get throwing knives and a flame butterfly from that. And then you can come in here and make your way up this incline to summon Lucatiel. And that's what I'm gonna do now, because I'd like to speed this up a little bit, because we're sort of running on... kind of running out of time here. I've still got probably half an hour. But I'd like to not... I'd like to make the video not as long as possible. So, yes. And we have a large Titanite shard. And yeah, I turned the brightness down a little bit from what it was, because it seemed like the light was kind of overwhelming. This is not where Lucatiel is. So what I have to do... first I have to light this torch. I have to light this torch, go down and kill these guys. Hello there. And that's really the problem. Is that. Alright. But we'll be fine now. For some reason they're not getting stronger, and I guess this counts as being outside? Maybe? I don't know. I'm fine with it. I mean, I don't want to get hit by them, so... that works out just fine for me. But now that that's all done, put the torch away, come over here and kill this guy that's kind of, you know, trying to drown himself or something. Goodbye. And he gives me a few iron arrows, that's nice. And we'll pick up this item. And down the way there on the docks is Carillion, who you can buy sorcerer spells from if you have the intelligence necessary, which I do not. Nope, not quite. But that's alright. Once they climb up a little ways, you can just knock them right back in. There we go. And then we'll go back here and go up and go into the building where we can summon Lucatiel. And there is an item above that building there. I am not quite sure. I really thought that I would have hit. Crap! Bad news. Bad news, bad news. Yeah, I want you to separate yourself just a little bit. Oh, I barely knocked it. Okay, I got him. Alright, this will be fine then. Bad timing there. Alright. Now, the problem with this area is that there's like 5 more guys over here. Just sort of hanging out in this building. There's 2 there. There's 1 there. But I did get the backstab, so that's helpful. Then I can quickly kill that guy. Alright, not bad. This was handled pretty admirably, I think. Alright, these guys are all dead. And you can get the bandit set, the bandit starter set, as well as the bandit axe. Is it the bandit axe? Let me see. Yeah, bandit axe, brigand, all that stuff. And then we'll go up here and slowly clear out. You gotta watch out, though, because there's a guy that was trying to plunging attack me. Right up there. And if you catch him from the other side, he will immediately go and destroy this chest. Which has repair powder, which is super, super necessary. And if I go out this way, I will get combined on both sides. That guy's gonna try and get me. This guy, I think I can walk over here and just kill him super quick. Yep, here we go. Yeah, this guy's gonna still try and shoot arrows at me, so it's fine. And that's gonna be the end of you. We cannot get through this gate, but we can jump down here. And then, maybe I was in the right spot before and I'm, you know, just kind of stupid. I don't know, that's weird. Can I make this? No, I can't. Interesting. I guess in that case we go back up and back up around. And I'm just gonna go ahead and repair powder right now. And then I'll keep using this weapon, but I'll switch to Target's spear for the boss fight. But I do really want to summon Lucatiel still. Because it's just fun to. Okay. And back up here. I always get... like, I kind of lose track of which house is which. So, it was very fortunate that I managed to distinguish the Estus Flask Shard house. And this is the house we need to go in. Here we go. Except I already went up here. No, I didn't, apparently. Okay, I did not quite get the backstab there, but that's quite alright. And there's going to be another guy. No, there isn't. But here is Lucatiel. So we will summon her. And now we will without any further delay, we will go fight the boss. Come on, Lucatiel, keep up. There is one kind of struggle, and that is keeping Lucatiel alive until the ship, because she likes to fall off the dock. Especially if you go try and talk to Carillion over there. She will fall immediately. Where is she? Do you know where I am? There you are. Come on. I don't have time to wait for you. The only problem with her as a summon is that she attacks once maybe every, like, 10 years. But she is at least pretty good for a damage sponge. All the summons are pretty bulky. Some even more so than others. Lucatiel's probably not the bulkiest, but pretty bulky. Alright, so you're going to defend the attacking guys that are going to come up behind me as soon as I kill this guy. I hate that. I have died more than once because the frickin' ceiling parried my attack. Nope, not gonna let it happen. Okay. One more guy to kill, and he's up here and he's shooting arrows. And then the boss awaits. Very good. Alright, now we equip our Blue Knight Halberd. Oh, I really thought Repair Powder restored the durability of all your equipment. But I guess you have to equip it to have it restored. So I'll use the other Repair Powder. It might kind of seem like a waste, because this fight is obviously very doable with the regular Halberd, but I like this better. And it'll do more damage. And I'll tip it with some ooze. Actually, lightning's a lot better. Because we're going to be standing in water. So let's do this. And this is not a difficult boss at all. You're going to want to bait out attacks from the spiked club guy, because his are very much way easier to dodge. Alright. Just get in attacks when we can. And try not to bait the samurai one into attacking us, because his attacks are a little quicker and a little more of a pain. But all in all, there's nothing that's really super deadly about this fight. I don't know why Lucatiel's not getting hit by those attacks, but that's fine. Goodbye. And a super, super easy fight that I didn't even get hit on. Alright. Victory achieved. I got a 15,000 souls for that. Thank you, Seldora Outfit, for being absolutely worth the while. And now we come up here and get Pyromancy Flame, and that's not going to be useful to us at all, because this is not a caster build. Pyromancy Flame, Fireball. And then we... I don't know, I guess this is a compass? Or, you know, a navigation system. But we click that, and then the ship will sail us to the Lost Bastille. And we'll skip that cutscene. And then we'll just go find this bonfire. I'm not going to end it right when I get to the bonfire. I'm going to kill the Heide Knight and then get the soul drop that's immediately after that. And then I'll go back, and then that'll be the end. Apparently, sometimes this elevator isn't here. So, I mean, I guess if you wanted to go backwards, that's kind of impossible, because where are you going to go back? You can't, it's not like you can get back on the ship. And my dog's barking in the background. I don't know if you can hear that, but she does that whenever people enter my house, even if they are friendlies. And that can be kind of annoying. I mean, it would be nice if she was like... She's a good scout dog because nothing really gets past her attention. She's a Pomeranian American Eskimo mix, so she's pretty small and the cutest thing that you've never seen. But, yeah. I don't know. She's getting kind of ornery because she's like 8 years old, I think. But she's just kind of starting to hate life and, you know, become an annoyance. But, I mean, that's fine. She's a dog. I can't really blame her for not being joyful. Even though that's exactly what all dogs are supposed to be. I don't know. It's a strange, strange situation. Yeah, we'll light this bonfire. We will rest at the bonfire. I've got a good amount of souls to level up with. And I'll have even more in just a second here. And we will use the throwing knives we just picked up to good use, because that is how I kill every Heide Knight. Not just the first one. Here we are. See how much damage we can do right off the bat. Oh, well... I mean, he does stagger, so that's nice. And then we'll just roll immediately. Then we'll roll immediately again. And that was pretty nice. Okay, I didn't even need to cheese that fight. That was done pretty skillfully, if I do say so myself, and I'm the only one saying that, so yes, I do. Usually I jump down there and I grab that soul. It's worth like 5,000. But I think I'll just do that next episode. And then I'll go fight the Ruined Sentinels and whatever. I still don't know what kind of order I want to do this in. Because I might just end up going to Huntsman's Copse instead. But I guess we'll see. And of course, as soon as I get a Fragrant Branch of Yore, I'm going to go to Shaded Woods. Because the Iron King is usually the first Great Soul boss that I beat. Which is an interesting order to do things, but he is the easiest Great Soul boss. He just has, like, the hardest area prior to him out of all the Great Soul bosses. So we'll go level up, get as much more strength and dexterity as we possibly can. And I'll probably stop them both at 40, and then I'll start leveling up my endurance, because I am noticing the fact that I don't have a lot of endurance. Yeah, I can eat the Flexile Sentry Soul because the weird curved sword that that buys you with the boss soul is not good at all. It does like 85 damage, and that's terrible for a sword. Alright, but I'm at 68 grand, and we'll see how many levels I can get from that. Oh, and also I get to upgrade my Estus Flask. Alright, let's get dexterity up to 30. And strength up to 30. Seems pretty equal to me. Very nice, alright. And let me see, I gotta revisit this halberd's stats, because I would like to dual wield halberds. That can be... I mean, I think out of all of them, halberds have the worst dual wielding stance. But it can be fun anyway. Yeah, I should be able to dual wield that. I should be able to... Yeah, okay. I'll put this halberd on. And we'll give it a shot. Yep, it works out. There's the dual wielding stance. That's basically what you do, and then if you want a power attack, it's literally the exact, basically same thing. Yeah, you can just go like that. That's really the combo you want to use when you have dual-wielding halberds. But in any case, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please be sure to click the like, share, subscribe button. They're all the same button. It's a new YouTube update, and yeah, I will see you guys next time.